Hello. Okay, it's been 2 months. Let me catch you up because there's been a lot. So, first off, to everyone that's subscribed, thank you. You guys are the best. And especially to the new people, because there are some, even though some of these videos were older, I am back. I'm not dead. I know that's what people think. I get it. Uh, it has been a shitty couple months. I'll fill you in on some of the health stuff. Nothing cancer related, thank God. Um, but I'll do that last because it's not as exciting. Anyway, back up 2 months, did the walk. I came back from the walk somewhat on a high because if you've ever done the Race for the Cure or any of the events, there's just this, Coleman calls it the pink bubble. And when you do the 3-day, it's 3 days of being surrounded by the pink community and everybody just, rallying behind you. And leaving that, I was in a whole different mental state. I came back feeling like, okay, it is just a number. I'm good. I can, we're going to get through this. We're healthier than a lot of people are. I'm in a good place, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that was September. So, I had some issues with some friends. And unfortunately, I get very close to people and take things very personally. Sorry, I'm really cold. It's cold in Denver. So I had that stressor. So there was 3 people that were really close to me that are no longer close to me. This situation is really hard to deal with. I don't deal with it very well. This is me I had a Xanax this morning, and I had my 150 milligram Effexor, which is the highest dose you can get. Even with that, I haven't lost all feeling of everything. But even with all of those drugs, I have learned that I physically cannot handle stress. And it sounds crazy, but I'll explain later in the health update. I don't have a GI tract that apparently can handle stress, as we have learned in the last couple months. So, walk, came back, had some issues, went to Vegas with a couple friends and had an amazing time. So kind of was up again. But a couple ongoing things that really put me in a dark hole the last couple months was, so this group that I'm in, that we talk once a month. Well, we talk on the phone once a month, but we text and email and Marco Polo quite frequently. So when I first started dialing in, there was 8 of us. And on the second year, we all decided to go to New Jersey and meet. We went to this facility called Mary's Place. And there's something to be said about meeting on the phone. And even, I had seen some people's pictures, but to actually meet in person, there's just a different connection. And especially that trip, you're with these people morning, noon, and night. You're sleeping in the same house. We stayed up late talking. But the whole purpose of the trip was to just talk. We weren't there to sightsee. It was just 3 days of us hanging out. So you become pretty darn close with these girls. And one of the girls that was on the retreat 2 years ago was Jillian. And Jillian and I were the shoppers of the group. Guilty. And we spent a lot of time walking the boardwalk and just checking out, all the stuff that we needed to eat and drink and purchase. But Jillian handled her cancer a lot different than I do, kind of like night and day. She was very reserved about it, very quiet. And not a lot of people knew. And all of a sudden, Jillian kind of started breaking away from the group as far as calling in and stuff. And we were on a text group too, and she just kind of said, right, she just kind of said, hey, I need to take a break. We all get what that means. Life is too much at the time. You're about ready to lose your marbles, and you need to just put yourself in a timeout. Literally. Like, I've done it the last 2 months. I feel like I have just completely retreated and almost have put myself in a bubble of almost like a hibernation, if you will. I wish I could explain it, but it's just something of self-preservation that I needed to do. Because when Jillian died, it was literally like she had posted a thing on Facebook, because we were Facebook friends, and she posted a note saying like, amazing night out with my friends. And there was a picture of her and her really good friends. And then we found out not even a week later that she died. And that hurt. That hurt. But that was 2 years ago. And not that that's like, but that was 2 years ago and I'm over it. That was 2 years ago. This year, so after Jillian died, we had gone through a period of it only being 7 of us. And then Mariana joined. We had a few other girls dial in, but none of them really stayed with the call. I don't know. I don't know why they don't like us. We're fun. Anyway, Mariana was the last one to join us. And she, I knew from the start, was like one of us. Like, she would dish out jokes, be sarcastic, have a great time, but then could also be very open and honest and ask your opinions on things. And I'll say this about these girls. There's something about our connection. I would never be friends with these people probably in real life. Like, if we didn't have this scenario, I get my haircut in a couple days. I'm holding off for Thanksgiving. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, one worked at Disney and made a documentary and is on tour with her documentary right now. I would never meet her, but I love her to death. She's one of my favorites. Carrie works in a publishing company in New York City. Again, love her. Sometimes. You know I love you. Allie went to MIT and developed toys for Mattel. Her husband develops toys for Nickelodeon and went to FIT in New York. I love them both. They are amazing, and I got to sleep at their house. So fun. Where the hell would I have ever met them? But here's the thing. The eight of us, 9, were joined because of this horrific disease. But we were the people that were there, like, ride or die. Like, if you have a bad day, you call us. One of us was in the ER a lot this summer, and I was like, I'm getting on an effing plane and coming to see you to help you, because I will be that person that you can just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like your mom. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird to tell your friends, like, okay, will you go do my laundry? I was like, I will go. Anyway, Mariana, when we were in New Jersey, was talking about how she had been with her boyfriend for 10 years and that he wanted to get married. And we're like, well, marry him. And she said, you guys, I'm going to die. I don't want him to be a widower. And I was like, I don't think he cares. Like, I would rather marry you. Like, if I was him, I would rather marry you than never be able to have that chance and to just have dated you for 10 years. Like, there's just something. Maybe he wants to marry you as you are. Who cares? Like, it's fine. So anyway, she got married. 2 weeks later, we get a note from her mom, and she's going into hospice, and her liver's not doing well, and blah, blah, blah. And she had told us, she had sent us notes. She goes into hospice one day and dies the next. And our group has not been the same since. Everybody has been rocked. There's been a few people that have had recurrence. It's tough. It's tough to have all these pieces of your life, like the group, my aunt, my family, my situation, my kids, my husband, and compartmentalize them. And that's what I've done, is I've just kind of been like, okay, I'm with my normal friends who don't see this world and don't need to see all the ins and outs and the everyday, they know it, I tell them, but I'm very hesitant to show them this side, the side that I didn't even show you guys for 2 months. And I apologize. That's going to change. And it's going to not be fun. But I think the biggest problem with stage 4 is this is what you see. Not this morning when I'm telling my husband I need a Xanax and I'm crying in the bathtub. So I had that. And then my aunt, who was diagnosed a year after me with stage 4 cancer, who I love. She's the aunt that sends everybody a Christmas gift, everybody a card, everybody, like, if you're having a bad day, she will probably send you something. It will probably be from Texas. Like, they're the Hook'em Horn fans. Not A&M. The Matthew McConaughey school. The brown one. Yeah. Anyway, UT. Anywho, hopefully she doesn't watch this video or she's going to be yelling at me. Anyway, when I got sick, everybody was saying, oh, I'm going to pray for you. And I was like, that's really great, but I'm in a hole. Can someone try to, help me get out? So I started asking people to send jokes. So a few people sent me some amazing gifts, but my aunt sent me 4 or 5 huge joke books. And that's just how she is. Anyway, she's now not doing so well. And that's been really hard. And it was kind of crazy. And I love my cousin so much. So my cousin and I have the same exact initials. We're both MAS. And funny story, total side note. Because we have the same initials, my high school and college email address was M.A. Shanley. His was too. You don't want to you don't want to switch the two. It's not good. Anyway, I've been dealing with that too. And this morning, my sweet cousin said to me, because he's been reaching out to me and we've just been talking, which is great. But he said, I feel horrible. How are you? Like, where is this making you rank? And I said, right now I'm in an 8 and I need a Xanax. Once I clear my head, I need to get back down to a 2. But we are in the same boat, my aunt and I. And, even Jason's aunt and I started out right around the same time, and she's passed. And it's really hard to see people go because you know your fate. And it puts things in a big perspective. So anyway, I've been dealing with that for the last 2 months. Like I've just had way too many emotional bombs go off in the last couple months that have shook me to my core, and because of it, I know I'll never be the same. Like, I've changed after Mariana died. So yeah, there's been a lot. Anyway, did I say she got married and then 2 weeks later? Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, beautiful bride. Like, seriously, if you didn't see the pictures, I should post one, because gorgeous. Anyway, the world is sad because of her. She's amazing. Anywho, I did go to Vegas. I will show you a couple pictures of Vegas. For those people that have never been to Vegas, I did take a helicopter ride. I'm a fidgeter, just so you know. I either hold my vape pen or I hold this. I have an issue. Anyway, so here's I went to Vegas. I'll show you pictures. But I didn't take too many. And I didn't win any money at all. So I bought a sweatshirt and a really cozy over-the-head, like, sweatshirty, like, Sherpa thing, because I decided the slots were taking all of my money, that I might as well, like, buy something and have something to take home. And I bought a whole bunch of candy. If you knew me, you would know that that's not that shocking. Okay, so then 2 other exciting things happened. Because while I have you guys captive, and you missed me. Anywho, my best friend from Toronto came in town, had a trip to Reno, and made a 4-hour layover so she could see me during this time when I was losing my shit. I love her. Sometimes all you need is a hug, and that's really all I needed. But we went out to lunch anyway. Health update. Okay, so PET scan. I don't know why I'm leaning forward. It's like, okay. Sorry, that's scary. Okay, so had another PET scan. It was great. So we're kind of in this happy... Apparently, I just moved and I bothered Princess. That is her ear covering her face because it's so bright in here. Anywho, that's my Gracie. So since like July, I've started having some wonderful GI issues. If you look up Addison's disease, other than the actual diagnosis, which they thought that I had, and then we went to a specialist who then reevaluated and blah, 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 we don't. I say we, it's just me. I don't have Addison's disease, but if you look up everything for it, like diarrhea, vomiting, inability to eat, uncontrolled weight loss, which also, I get what you're thinking, it's cancer. I'm good, swear. And they've tested me like 8,000 times. So we figured out I have some sort of fun GI thing, and I don't have diverticulitis because I went to the emergency room and abdominal pain. I've been to the hospital in the emergency room just a few too many times lately. Getting fluids because I've had severe dehydration. My colon, intestine, and stomach were inflamed. I've just had a hot lava mess going on in here. So here's where we are. I saw a GI doctor. I have to do a poop test. Don't be jealous. It's super fun. I get to literally wade through my poop and put them into little, like, vials. I'm not showing you that, by the way. But you have to then turn it in immediately to the hospital. So here's the problem. I don't have a winter vehicle per se. So I have to pick a day where it's going to be good. So anyway, maybe tomorrow. But I'm going to do that. Then we're going to have an upper GI. Oh, wait. First I have to see a cardiologist because my heart is still spiking, but my blood pressure has evened out a little bit. But they want to make sure that before I get an upper GI, which I just thought was like pictures. I thought it was like a barium swallow, which I've had before. I didn't know you went under. So I have to have a cardiologist sign off before they'll let me go under and have an upper GI and then hopefully figure out what's going on. If not, I know what you're thinking. I get a colonoscopy. Here's what I said to my doctor. Listen, I've got stage 4 cancer. Are you kidding me with the colonoscopy? I kind of thought being 43 and having this, I was kind of like, that's one test I will never have to have. Nope. So fingers crossed they can find something from the upper GI and that I don't have to do a colonoscopy. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of horse shit. Anyway, I'm going to post more. I'm going to post this week. Now that you guys all are caught up from the last 2 months. Sorry, it's a 20-minute video. Thank you for hanging on, though. What do I have to tell you? We're going to talk something that I started to get into. They're called Tory Bell lashes. I wear extensions, full disclosure. But I'm all for more. So I'm going to talk about lashes. I want to talk about a new hand cream I found that is amazing for super dry skin. I do not get paid by any of these people, by the way. Well, Tory Bell I do if you order. What else do we have going on? It's almost Christmas. It's almost Thanksgiving. So we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Because I also have some great Christmas gift ideas for you guys. I'm working on one that I'll be able to show you next. So we're going to kind of like move into that. I also am going to introduce you to my children. Because apparently now that they watch these damn videos, they wanted to be on a video. So I'm going to put them on here. And we will talk about cancer. And maybe it'll help you with your kids. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for sending messages even though I have not been on. I have missed you all. I've loved the notes. And thank you for like cheering me up on some days when I was not super happy. We'll share more, I promise. I'll try to keep you out of the loop so much as I had been. And then we'll have some more fun because I have some fun stuff to show you. I'm still working on the damn videos, you guys. I'm not a production assistant. I need, like, I've got a damn dog that probably knows the electronics better than me. So I'm going to get there. But thanks for hanging tight. Love you guys.